they're designed to solve the problem with um, students' anxiety in online English classrooms. Um, this poster describes the importance of um, in applying different strategies and technique and teaching tools for students to feel more confident when speaking in English. Okay. This project focuses on um, trying to boost students' learning process and help them feel more confident and acquire self-confidence when speaking in English with other people. Okay, the problem focused is that students fearing, they're afraid of making mistakes. They don't want to participate actively in during the class. So this problem occurs in a virtual class in English, and they feel um, they feel like they're not able to express themselves and communicate in English. So now we're going to describe the activities shortly and briefly so we can all understand how we're gonna help these students. Okay, so
Okay, my name is Michael. The first activity is gallery walk and speak. The objective is students this sorry. The objective is students describe images using simple English sentences related to actions, places, and objects. The dynamic is students have to move uh, through the classroom. We have some stations where I'm going to put some pictures, and they have to discuss what they see in pairs or groups. They upload a short recording or written descriptions. The digital tools I will use could be Canva, PowerPoint, um, QR codes, and Padlet could be.
all right, thank you. The next activity is from self-talk to real talk. This activity is really effective because promotes fluency, proper pronunciation, and self-confidence in students. So they should write a paragraph about a free topic about a personal experience where they practice pronunciation by using the digital Cambridge dictionary, and also they can use the IPA chart, or they can use different digital tools where they're gonna find the accurate pronunciation and the correct English phonetics. So they're gonna use also Buckaroo digital tool to record themselves, like their voice, and this is promoting autonomous learning and self-reflection strategies.
Okay, continue with interactive speaking labs. The objective is reduce speaking anxiety and increase confidence through collaborative speaking activities. The speaking labs are designed to reduce speaking anxiety and increase confidence in these activities. The students work in small groups with specific roles such as speaker, encourager, and supporter. This structure helps them feel safe and motivate to use English. The process includes brainstorming before speaking and reflection after speaking, which make practice more meaningful. Digital tools like some breakout rooms, Paddle, Minmitre, Flip, and Canva make the experience interactive and engaging. Thank you.
Okay, now the digital storytelling circles is an effective activity for addressing students' anxiety about speaking English because it creates a supportive and collaborative learning environment. Instead of speaking alone in front of the whole class, students work in small groups where they can share ideas and build a story together. This reduces the pressure of making mistakes and helps students feel more comfortable using English. By contributing small parts of a story, students gradually gain confidence in expressing themselves. The creative nature of storytelling shifts the focus from perfect grammar to communication and participation, making speaking feel more natural and enjoyable. In addition, digital tools such as Zoom, Google Docs, Padlet, and Fieldgrid allow students to practice at their own pace and interact with their peers in less intimidating ways. Through regular collaboration and reflection, students develop greater confidence, improve their fluency, and become more willing to speak English in class. Thank you.
Well, thank you. The next activity is called the Digital Escape Room for Speaking Confidence. This activity focuses on improving students' speaking skills through gamification and teamwork. In this activity, students will work collaboratively to solve clues in English, and each task requires them to communicate, share ideas, and use the language actively. And the main objective is to reduce speaking anxiety and increase confidence in a fun and interactive way. So students are encouraged to speak naturally while solving challenges. And at the end of the activity, students present a short oral summary of their experience. This helps reinforce fluency, pronunciation, and communication skills. We use digital tools such as Genially, Google Forms, and Kahoot to create an engaging learning environment. Overall, this activity promotes participation, motivation, and a meaningful communication in virtual English classes. Thank you.
Okay, the assessment plan for this whole activity is gonna be um by teacher observation, reflection videos, audio, peer feedback, oral presentations, and also we're going to evaluate the fluency, participation, and confidence. This project will be implemented during 5 weeks in virtual English classes with sessions of 60 and 90 minutes. All right. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Okay. Next, we're going to discuss about the guiding questions, and we are going to start with the first one, which is what was the most valuable experience from your teaching practice? Okay, I find really interesting that we did a research project together. I think this is really important as we can develop different skills like um, finding like creating solving a problem where Milton's case was key and we had to find different solutions. We have to develop a title. We had to create the state of the art, which was key to understand the whole situation that he was going through. And I found it really meaningful for our teaching practice, and of course, as future teachers, these boost our professional career. What about you, classmates? What do you think?
Okay, for me, the most valuable experience was learning how important classroom interactions. We noticed that when students ask questions and share opinions, the lesson became more dynamic and effective. It was not only about us teaching, but about creating a space where students felt free to express themselves. That experience showed us that teaching is a two-way process where both teachers and students learn from each other. Thank you.
In my opinion, the most valuable experience was having the opportunity to apply theory into real or simulated teaching situations. And it helped me to understand that teaching is not only about explaining grammar, um, difficult exercise, but about creating meaningful learning experiences. So I also learned how important it is to adapt activities according to students' needs, interests, and learning styles. Thank you.
Okay, is someone else going to answer that question, or we can go to the next one?
Yes, partner. Um, my most valuable experience was know all these tools that we saw in the videos that we learn in this subject, and the most um, the most interesting is we can always find a different way to learn to teach, and there are also more digital tools that we can use, and it is good to know that the most interesting experience that you can have as a teacher is create those tools and design the activities, or maybe um, do a lot of research and try to create the most incredible activities for our students. And that's my point of view. Thank you.
Okay, great.
I don't know if
Um,
I want to
yeah,
talk
sorry.
about my experience. Sorry,
Okay,
and it
okay.
was a near experience that happened to me the last month. Maybe I was looking for my food in this restaurant, and I was having a bad day. And a student who I teach class like 1 or 2 months before in my practices, uh, like 5 or 10 meters, showed me, teacher, teacher, and I go back to him and see him, and they were 3 students, and they were so excited to watch me in the street and to say me, hello, teacher, how it's going? Uh, Thank you for give us classes. And that's so exciting how it was just 1 week that I give them like 2 or 3 classes. But when you know that you did something with your entire heart, you know that you did it good. And that's one of my beautiful experience about teaching in my practices.
Well, that's really sweet. I mean, I think that you must feel really proud of you that someone called you teacher proudly, you know? It's really meaningful to leave something from you in people, like especially when teaching English. So, we're going to continue with the next question, which is how do your view of language acquisition evolve during the course? Well, if I'm being completely honest, I think that during college I didn't know the proper language acquisition, like the methods, the guidelines, to especially for English pronunciation. And I think that throughout this course I've been acquiring different strategies, not only for learning but also for teaching. As future teachers, we know that it's really important to have a good knowledge of the subject we're going to teach. So I think that Milton's case was key because we found a problem in a rural school. It's probably something that could happen to any of us, as he had his wife, his children, and he has to find a way to make it happen. And also with the few sources of teaching that the school had, I think it was hard for him. But he finally we did this research project, and we finally found through researching different information that we went through, we could find like the state of the art, the context of the problem to find the solutions for this. So that's my opinion. What about you, Michael?
Okay, I consider that try to understand how students process the different methodologies. Uh, I can choose. I'm up. It's up to me. Choose the methodology, the resources, the activities, and it was great for me. Try to create other activities, know different ways of the learning and teaching. And the most great advice I take from my partners or my workmates is you can do whatever you want, but you have to have the student on mind, and that's important. Try to understand the students, and this was other part that I noticed in this course. It's very important to know the students, to get along with the students and motivate them to learn English. That was my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, what about you, Juan? What do you think?
During this course, I think it helped me to see to acquire more language thinking to you, thanks to you, sorry, thanks to you, my partners. There's different ways to teach and to learn, and this course teach me something more, some more tools, and how I can teach more, and I can get through your experiences, and I can show you some of my experience. And I think, and I hope my experiences help you as they could.
Someone else?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. When I start this course, or maybe when I start to be teacher, I thought language learning was just about memorization and repetition. But eventually I realized that language acquisition is a complex process influenced by cognitive, social, and cultural factors. But most of the time, it always depends of the goals of the students. Um, because some of them maybe want to learn a language maybe for an interview, for a get a better job, to journey, to have a journey or a trip. And that always depend about the goals of the students and the way that we use these theoretical methods to teach. So now I can see that learning language as an interactive and dynamic activities process, where communication and context play a key role in the education process. Thank you.
Okay, and continue. I believe that of view of language acquisition change because we realize that it's strongly connected to culture and context. At first, we focus only on grammar and vocabulary, but now we see that students learn faster when they connect the language to real life situations. For example, when they talk about their daily routines or local tradition in English, they feel more comfortable and motivated. This helps us understand that language acquisition is not late, it's part of everyday life. Thank you.
Okay, that's it. Someone else? No one? That's it? Okay. We go now. We are going through the next question, which is which activity from the Agra posters inspire you the most and why? Well, I think that the one that had like uh it was like a game. It was like about you know these platform that the teacher showed where the students can go and look up different information about English and you can actually learn in a fun way, it doesn't have to be boring or just reading or writing. You can also go and navigate through the platform and see different insights, different vocabulary, and this can help students to, and like they can get engaged, to keep learning without burning out or just getting bored or losing interest for learning English. What about you, classmates? What do you think?
I think one of the activities that inspired me the most was the use of interactive and game-based learning strategies. So I found it very interesting because it promotes students' motivation and participation. And this type of activity creates more engaging learning environment and helps students learn in a more natural and enjoyable way. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Is this is the C, right?
Yes, the C. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that the activity that inspired me the most was mine, just because it's mine, and I think it's important to teach students to describe is an ability that they must train because in everyday language, in at work or in everywhere, literally, you need to describe what are you doing. Like, for example, we are doing in this task, trying to describe or answer or give or best opinion, or maybe all the ideas that we have about that. So I create that activity. Because of that, that's why that was the problem, the ability of describe or say, use English in classes. And it was a different way that I thought for try to give them a dynamic activity in class. So I sometimes think if my classes, like when I was at school, was like that, it would be awesome. And maybe that's the power that teachers have nowadays. It's important that maybe we create our best exercise or activities or dynamics, because of we understand uh, that maybe there are other ways to teach English or learn English. And that was the point of my activity, try to give them motivation to use English in class, and maybe try to teach them to describe what are they seeing or what are they thinking. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I think this activity that inspired us most was the one about creative writing. We saw that when students wrote short stories or dialogues, they use language in imaginative ways. It was experience because it brought the creative can make language learning more enjoyable and memorable. As a group, we believe that giving students freedom to create helps them develop not only linguistic skills but also confidence and originality. Thank you.
Okay. We go to the next question, and um, or Daniel, are you gonna answer the question? Sorry, I don't know if you did already.
This the C one, sorry.
Yeah, the letter C. Yeah.
I already answered that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, okay.
Don't
We
worry.
go to the next one that it says, "What do you take away from the Agra event as a future teacher?" Okay, I really loved how the teachers used open communication. They were like well prepared, for this important event as it is Agra event. And I really think that as a future teacher, I would like to have those abilities to work in groups, like collaboratively, and um, create a presentation with different activities, especially for teaching, a foreign language. And also the level of respect that they used to address the different topics to their students. So I really want to keep that in mind for me as a future teacher, because it is important to try to create a confident environment, like an environment where the students can feel um, sure that they're going to learn, that they're going to develop their different skills, but they are also going to be able to ask questions, and also they're going to be able to communicate and express themselves, with different peers or other people, even out of the classroom. So I really like that from the Agra event, and I will keep that in my professional career. What about you, Michael?
Yes, indeed. Was that was that uh, Agora? I don't remember what was the name, but I think the most important part for me is the way that they show how we could motivate the students as we create activities or dynamics or something for them, but motivation is important too, and it was a little part where they say that the students is the most important part in teaching and learning. As learners, we have to um, work in pairs, work individually, and as a teachers, we have to understand how the student thinks and how we can motivate them or how we can try to explain better all our ideas or maybe the topics that we are teaching them. But it was grateful to know and and use some of the digital tools that they propose for teaching, and in this course was a lot helpful for me for my classes and my learning process as a teacher. Uh, that's that. Thank you.
Okay.
In my case,
Sorry.
sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, I think about the Agora event. We take away the importance of innovation in teaching. We learn that small change, like using posters, games, or interactive activities, can make a big difference in a student's engagement. They even reminded us that education is constantly evolving, and as a teacher, we must be open to new ideas and methods. We live with the conviction that innovation and creative are essential for effective teaching. Thank you.
Um, I really like that event, and I really appreciate the preparation of the people that who presented it. And from this event, I take away the importance of sorry, innovation and collaboration in teaching. It showed me that as a future teacher, I need to be creative and open mind to new methodologies. And I also understood that sharing experience with other teachers is really essential for professional growth. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Thank you, teacher, for your time and your attention. We are finished with this presentation, and thank you so much for everything during the course. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, partners and tutor.